Good morning, ma'am. So this is my research title, Traditional Ecological Knowledge and Climate Resilience, Strengthening Indigenous Conservation Practices in Coastal Communities. Location of Mabuna, Rizal, Zamboanga del Norte, presented by Ruby Citarok at Colegio de San Francisco Javier of Rizal, Zamboanga del Norte. Introduction. Coastal marine ecosystems are important for nature, food, and local jobs, but they are at risk due to climate change, overfishing, and habitat damage. Indigenous communities have valuable traditional ecological knowledge that helps protect and manage marine resources. However, this knowledge is often ignored in official conservation plans. Including indigenous knowledge in conservation efforts can improve sustainability and make ecosystem more resilient. So, significance of the study. This study holds significant implications for various stakeholders involved in marine conservation, governance, and indigenous knowledge system. So there are the following groups. First, indigenous communities, policymakers and government agencies, environmental and conservation organizations, academia and researchers, fisheries and coastal communities, international environmental bodies. Research problem. The exclusion of traditional ecological knowledge from formal marine conservation policies weakens resource management and marginalizes indigenous communities. Despite the ICE's proven effectiveness in sustainable practices, its absence leads to missed opportunities for improving conservation strategies, particularly in combating climate change and habitat degradation. Theoretical framework. This research is grounded in three interconnected theories. First, traditional ecological knowledge theory, socio-ecological system theory, and political ecological theory. Together, these frameworks provide a comprehensive understanding of how indigenous coastal communities interact with their environment, manage resources, and respond to external challenges like climate change and policy changes. Research objectives. This study aims to explore how indigenous knowledge systems can be effectively integrated into marine conservation and governance structures. So, number one is assess the role of TEK in sustaining marine biodiversity and ecosystem health. Number two, identify the barriers preventing the full recognition of indigenous lead conservation efforts. Number three, examine policy gaps and propose recommendations for incorporating TEK into national and international conservation frameworks. Number four, evaluate case studies of successful indigenous-led conservation initiatives and their applicability to broader marine governance strategies. So next is methodology, qualitative data collected through interview. So first is personal information, name Leopoldo Tibong Kawil, location Mabuna, Rizal, Zamboanga del Norte, age 67 male, they live in the community with his family since 1954. So types of fish and marine life, danggit, mamsa, and bangus. Traditional and modern fishing practices after the cold ban period, the fish have already finished impowning and that is the time when they can be. So next is discussion analysis. Theme 1, personal connection to the coastal environment. Pattern, observing resource changes through experience and generational traditions. Findings, influence on fishing and reliance on lived knowledge rather than formal education. Interpretation, he provides valuable insights but integrating modern conservation with traditional practices is key to long-term sustainability. Theme 2, traditional knowledge of marine resources. Pattern, the respondent understands fish diversity and mangrove importance reflecting coastal environment awareness. So the findings, mangroves provide habitat and protection for marine life, no rituals and guides fishing including a ban period to support fish spawning. Interpretation highlighting a need for structured resource management approaches. Major findings. Theme coastal resource knowledge and use, patterns, extensive local knowledge of marine biodiversity, recognition of mangroves' ecological role. Findings, the community demonstrates deep familiarity with local marine life, including fish species like danggit, mamsa, and bangus. Mangroves are acknowledged for their importance in shoreline protection and marine habitats. Conclusion and recommendation. Suggestions based on findings. Integrating traditional ecological knowledge or TEK with modern conservation strategies is essential for sustainable coastal resource management. TEK supports ethical fishing, but strong policies, technology, and inclusive governance are needed. Strengthening enforcement, community-led conservation, and regulation can protect marine ecosystem. Providing alternative livelihoods and education will help reduce overfishing and ensure long-term resource sustainability for future generations. And thank you, Mom.